Welcome to the Advanced Resume Virtual Workshop. I'm Norma Devonish, Talent Development Specialist and your host for today's presentation. Today we will be talking about 5 elements of a strong resume. Number 1 is quantifying and qualifying your experience. 2 is optimizing the ATS system. 3, including a strong summary statement. 4, using powerful verbs. And 5, proofread. A simple way to quantify and qualify your experience is the use of numbers and percentages. Whenever possible, try to find something that you did that you can find a numeric way to express. If you'll notice, the better statement delivered 12% growth in sales against a target of 6%. That alone shows that the individual met their target, but not only met it, but exceeded it by 6%. In a competitive job market, it's important to find ways to stand out from the crowd. The proper use of bullet points on your resume can help with doing so. You could choose to use a bullet point to answer questions such as who? Who did your job help? Did it help the company perhaps save money or time? Did it help the community in some way? What? What happened with the results of the job? If you did research, was it published? Did you collaborate with others? And when? When did the task happen? Is this something that you had to do on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis? Showing frequency can show productivity, and that's something that's very important to a future employer. Where? Where did your duties occur? Did you have to travel for the job? Did you have to collaborate with others outside of the company? Why and how? Why did you do this? Being able to show why your job was important and the outcomes is also very important for future employers. Optimizing the applicant tracking system, or an ATS, is also very important in your job search. This is a system that scans your resume for keywords, and only the ones that have the highest percentage will get through to a person to view. So make sure you're looking very closely at the job description that you're applying for, and also make sure that you're using some of the keywords that they are looking for on your resume. You can also go to www.jobscan.co to scan your resume against the job description to see what level of match you are, and you can make edits to it to become a higher match. The use of a strong summary statement is very important and highly recommended. This gives you an opportunity to sell yourself, show off your skills, and tell what you bring to the table. Remember, the use of numbers and percentages go a long way in showing productivity and your value to the potential employer. Don't be afraid to take out that thesaurus and find a better way to state what you're trying to convey. The use of powerful verbs goes a long way. Try to avoid the ones that are overused. You can also check out the resume and cover letter resource packet on our website for a list of more powerful verbs. And last but not least, please remember to proofread. As you can see in this example, how simply one letter has changed the entire meaning of what this person is trying to convey. Look how easily running an entire operation turns into ruining an entire operation. Not a situation you want to find yourself in. So make sure you take the time, read your resume carefully, print it in a larger font and read it again, read it out loud, and also have someone else to check it out for you. It will definitely be worth the effort. Let's take a look at the 3 most popular resume styles. Number 1 would be chronological. This is a resume that allows you to enter your experience by the most recent date first. It's also for individuals who have more than 10 years of experience, and it's the most common resume type. Next is the functional. This is for individuals who have less than 10 years of experience or maybe are trying to cover some gaps in employment. And the hybrid. If you are a newly graduated individual or you have gaps in employment or you're trying to emphasize relevant achievements, the hybrid might be your best choice. Let's take a look at some samples of each resume type. You will notice that I have included the original resume as well as the updated resume once some edits have been made. Let's start with Cassie Holmes, who has a chronological resume. Cassie has selected 6 bullet points at the top, which looks good. She has experience as a contract recruiter, a business development specialist, and a staffing and recruiting specialist. But if you'll notice at the bottom of the resume, she has used the references on request statement, which is now outdated. So that'll be taken care of once the edits are made. Here we have Cassie Holmes' updated chronological resume. As you can see, we've added a strong summary statement, which is what I spoke about earlier in the presentation. We've also kept the 6 bullet points and added the dates to each employer. That way it can be actually chronological. And you'll notice that the references upon request has been removed. Let's take a look at a sample of a functional resume. Here we have Matt Tanner. Matt has entitled his resume Customer Service Sales Representative, and he's used 3 skills at the top. But if you'll notice at the very bottom of the resume, he did not list the company name, only the job title. Let's take a look at the updated version for Matt Tanner's functional resume. As you'll see, we have kept the Customer Service and Sales Representative title, but we've added additional skills to his skill summary. And we've also added the city and state for the companies that he's worked for at the bottom under employment history. This resume is now ready to go. And for our final sample, we will take a look at a hybrid resume, Kramer A. Smith. If you'll notice, Kramer has used the word objective at the top of his resume, and that is somewhat outdated. He also has a typo under the summary of qualifications. We now have the updated version of the hybrid resume, Kramer A. Smith. If you'll notice, he has now received a strong summary statement at the top of his resume, which we talked about earlier in this presentation. He has more core skills added, and the typo has been corrected. His resume is now good to go. For more online resources, please see www.miworks.org/online-resources. And also, please feel free to download the Professional Resume and Cover Letter Resource Packet, as it has more information on everything that was covered today. To make an appointment with Michigan Works, please select the office closest to you and make an appointment on Calendly. Thank you so much for joining me today for the Advanced Resume Virtual Workshop. Good luck on your job search.